Today we're doing deck profile on Green Reflegimon Control. So I decided for this format, or for this set, I'm going to do deck profiles on a deck I do well with at locals. And then slowly, as I edit the deck more and more, we will update the deck as it goes. So, this week we played Reflegimon. Next week we might play Reflegimon, we might not, since I know all y'all locals are watching. Or not everyone, but I know some of y'all are watching and some of y'all are planning on, like, counterplaying. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, so for the Tamas, we're running 4 Yokos and 1 Minnow. This deck is very reliant on attacking your opponent's Digimon, because we want to get rid of Lord Knights as fast as possible. If Lord Knight pops off before us, we lose. If we pop off for Lord Knight, they have a very tough matchup, I would say, because they have to slowly find a way to start removing our board and picking it apart. So that's how I run those Tamas. Yokomon mainly just for the Digiburst power boost, and then Minomon for the 1k boost. You can run any of the other Tamas really in the Minomon place, but I just like Minomon. Gotta love your little dude. Anyways, let's go to the rookies. So for rookies, we're running 4 Tento, 3 Assistant Terriers. These are our Digi-searchers. Essentially, these are going to search out our missing links. They just search out the top card of the deck. If it's a green Digimon, add it to hand. This one's for the hard cast. This one's for Digiburst 1. You can look at the top card. If it's a green Digimon, add it to hand. Otherwise, go to the bottom. This Terriermon comes in handy when you have Reflegimon out. It essentially, you raise it, you Digivolve it, Digivolve into Reflegi, then raise it, Digiburst off Reflegi, and you get 2 stuns for the turn, which is really solid. And then Tentomon, just because it helps increase consistency, and worst case scenario, it's a free Digivolve target, because more than likely our rookies are getting Digibursted, as you'll see with the rest of the rookies coming up. So without further ado, let's go into the next few rookies that are Digiburst targets. 2 Palmons, because I only have 2 Palmons, and 2 Lalas. So Lalas, you want to Digiburst them to add them back, to put them back into the Tama area, so that way you can just recycle and not have to reveal as much hand. And then the Palmon is just a Digiburst to gain jamming. You already know jamming's one of the probably best keywords in this game, so you already know we gotta have jamming in our deck somehow. So that's why we're running these, and they really came in handy, especially the Palmon as a 1-of, or as a 2-of. Even in some cases where I only see it once, it's pretty solid to give Hercules Kabuterimon jamming and just hit directly, or Pierce, give jamming. You know, don't die to the security. And then we got 2 Terriermons just for the Blinding Rays, because Blinding Rays get really annoying because Lord Knight is a pain in the ass. And then Hammer Sparks, you know, stops that stuff. Then we got Argomons, Vanillas. You always got to run your Vanillas, cheap plays, choke them at 1 memory so they don't, you know, have big turn plays, so it really helps. And then those are our rookies. So I believe we're running 15 rookies, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go ahead and check that just to be sure. 16 rookies, my bad. We're running 16 rookies. So there you go. Alright, so let's move on to the level 4s. The level 4s are running 4 Weedmons, because this is also another one of the great Digiburst targets that came out in Battle for Omni. Alrighty, so right here I'm cutting in because I decided to start putting the cards upside down like the dumb I am. So I'm going to cut and flip it over. Burst 1, gain 1 memory. So with Nid, you make Nid a 4-cost Digivolution, because, you know, Digiburst this off the Nid, since you have to Digiburst the whole stack, so it's pretty solid. So we got that, and then we got 3 Gargomons. I think my past list, I've been not running Gargos, instead running Kabus. I decided to run the Gargos because I noticed the deck breaks from time to time, so hard casting for 5 instead of 6 sometimes comes in handy. So there you go. And then, yeah, we want it for the inheritability in the off chance, you know, we do get our good stack, which I'll explain later. So yeah, we're running 1-drop blocker Kabus, running as a 3-of. 1-drop blocker Kabus are pretty freaking good to help you survive against stuff like Vmon and whatnot. The jamming gets really annoying. Then our last champion will be the 1-of Togemon. Togemon just allows us to search the top 3 and grab any of our missing pieces to go up the chain. In one game, it really helps because I got the Argo, and then I got HDP, Hidden Potential Discovered. I got that off of security, so I was able to go and Nid in 1 turn for 0 memory. It was insane. Anyways, there's our level 4s. I believe that should have been about, let's see, 3, 4, so 11 level 4s. You can always cut the Togemon out just for an extra blocker, maybe a Woodmon or something, just to choke them out. I don't know. That's completely up to you guys if you guys want to edit this list. We're going to be editing this list as we go, or as the weeks come for this set. So, we're going into our level 5s. We got 3 Cherries, 2 Metal Tyrannos, 2 Pixies, and 1 Argo. This week, because it's the first week, as I mentioned, we're going to be editing the deck as we go. It's mainly just to get a feel for what I like in this set. Metal Tyranno didn't come up as much as I'd hoped. I was hoping he'd come up more, but honestly, we didn't see Mega Kabu as much as we wish we had, so it is what it is. The blocker came in handy, especially when I had to hard cast it in one game and just sit behind it until I drew into my line. And then Argo, just insane, free Digivolution. And then 2 Pixies, which help us turbo into our Reflagimons, which is kind of busted because it really helps us survive against Lord Knight a little bit longer. That's going to be a total of 8 level 5s. So, probably going into next week, if I end up playing the deck some more, I'm probably going to switch into these 2 into Blossies, or just keep these 2 and switch these into Blossies, just so that way I can have more Digiburst targets, because Digiburst targets are really solid. So moving on to the next one. Next up, we got the Mega levels, level 6s. We got 3 Reflagimons, 3 Nidhogg's, and 3 Hercules Kabuterimons. Hercules Kabuteri, you guys already know, he eats the world. He's the world eater, so that's why we got to run him. Reflagimon just helps us stop losing to Lord Knight. It prevents them from attacking to get their free plays. It also helps in if Wargrey comes back, we stop Wargrey from his double attack shenanigans. Really, really strong card. And then Nidhogg, of course, everyone's bane, the bane of existence of everyone at locals. This just completely wipes the entire board most of the time. And if not, your Needle Spray and your Hercules Kabu that's on board will guarantee you the wipe. And anything left over, Reflagia will stun it. So there you go. So there's your Mega levels. Of course, y'all already know why we're running those. I explained if you guys didn't. Anyways, we have the 1 Chaos Valderarm. Valderarm helps us remove stuff like, as I mentioned earlier, Lord Knight, who's the bane of our existence. But honestly, it's just a good removal if they start spamming the board, because you can drop this and kill 2. And you also get, if this dies, 3 memory, which is really solid because it can pass the gauge over pretty easily. Plus being a 14k beat stick, and if you can get the right stack underneath it, so like if you can get like Metal Tyranno underneath it and then get Gargamon underneath it, like if you can get those 2 cards underneath it, it's pretty solid because you're eating basically any of their level 6s, and every time you eat one you get unsuspended, so it's really strong, really strong. Yeah, or you can get an Argomon instead of that, and if Argomon's underneath it, you're getting rookie plays for free constantly, so it's kind of insane. So let's move on to the last, I believe, like, what, 5 cards in the deck? So for Tamers, we're running the 1 Mimi, of course, and the 1 of Mimi and Izzy. If you can get both these established on the board, you're set. You get 5 memory every turn. That's pretty solid, and you get a Hatch, a free egg, or Digivolve, or hatch a free egg or raise a free egg. And then this one allows us to get into our level 5s into 6 for free, so you can Nidhogg potentially for free. Honestly, if you can get Nidhogg on top, if you can get, for example, if you can get Weedmon and literally any level 5 on top of them, this card is kind of insane, because if you can get Nidhogg off the top, this will just gain you a free memory mid-combat. It's kind of crazy. Especially even if you have like Palmon underneath, you can get Palmon, you can get the Nidhogg jamming mid-combat as well, which will be pretty cool. So that's how I run this as a 1 of. Might move this out for a Mimi, or just move this into 2 of, because I think consistency is something that's needed in this deck. Or just, you know, bump out like Chaos Valderarm if you feel like it's not good enough. But I like this. I like this little setup 1-in-1. Who knows? I might change it. We'll see. We'll see in the future deck profiles. Anyways, moving on. For our options, we're running 2 Needle Sprays and 1 HDP or HPD, aka Hidden Potential Discovered. Probably the best card in the green's utility. Being able to Digivolve for 5 less is insane, especially when you're already into a Nidhogg and you want to go into Chaos Valder. You can Digivolve into Valder for 1, which is kind of insane. It's kind of, in that sense, a worse version of Digimon Mega Digimon Fusion, but also better because you don't lose the card at the end of the turn, which is insane. And then Needle Sprays, of course, you already know. If you don't know, Insecurity, this card's busted. You get to suspend one of their Digimon and then add this card in hand, and then on your turn suspend another and then just Nidhogg their board away is insane. So yeah, that's all the options of this deck. Honestly, I'm loving green this set. This set, it seems like it's really strong. The only thing I would change is the Mega lineup, maybe bump it down to 2-3-3. Don't know yet. Still working on the numbers there. I might bump it down to 2 Hercules Cobutaries. We'll see. But yeah, I got 4th place at my locals with this. We lost in top 8 to 5th place due to it being Lord Knight and us just not being as skilled as the other player. Shout out to you, Marco. Other than that, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile of green Reflagimon Control. I really enjoyed it, and I'll probably be uploading more deck profiles coming up. If you guys just want to see deck profiles, or if you guys just want to see topping deck profiles, just let me know in the comments down below. I'll do whichever ones. And with that being said... Oh, also, I'm dumb. I forgot to shout out to the Collector's Vault. They are the ones hosting the tournaments. Last night, or the other night, we had a 30-man tournament, which was freaking insane and so fucking long. We were there till like 1 or 2 in the morning. It was insane. But, gotta love the grind they have over there. They're definitely super cool and super nice. Shout out to them. I'll probably put this on their Facebook group, as you guys probably are seeing this right now. Anyways, shout out to y'all, and just let me know, yeah. Peace.
You're a genius.